victory. Doing something mean to it. Do it better than anybody you ever seen do it. Screams from the haters. Got a nice ring to it. I guess every superhero need his theme music. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. The system broken, the school's closed, the prison's open. We ain't got nothing to lose, motherfucker, we rollin'. Motherfucker, we rollin'. With some light-skinned girls and some jelly rollin'. And this white man world, we the ones chosen. So good night, cool world, I see you in the morning. I see you in the morning. This is way too much, I need a moment. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Till then, fuck that, the world's ours. No one man should have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the power. Till then, fuck that, the world's ours. Is Napoleon, my furs is Mongolian, my ice brought the goalies and I embody every characteristic of the egotistic. He knows he's so fucking gifted. I just needed time alone with my own thoughts. Got treasures in my mind but couldn't open up my own vault. My talent, creativity, purity, and honesty is honestly being guided by these grown thoughts. Reality is catching up with me, taking my inner child, I'm fighting for custody. With these responsibilities that they entrusted me, as I look down at my diamond and crushed piece, thinking no one man to have all that power. The clock's ticking, I just count the hours. Stop tripping, I'm tripping off the powder.
What up, Country Wild Eagles Podcast, man? Salute, bro. Deshaun Daddy.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? How's everybody doing? We're a little late today. My sleep schedule was a little messed up, so I dozed off. I do apologize about that. How's everybody doing on this Wednesday evening? We're short a co-host. I am the founder of the Countrywide Eagles Tailgate Mafia. To my right, my big homie, my friend, that guy over there.
Hello, I'm Logan.
Logan, we're back in victory. The victory circle.
Back in contention for a number one in the NFC now because the Niners lost.
I ain't even gonna think about that, man. Seriously. I'm not even going to think about it. I have no hope of that. Maybe the number 2, but as far as their number 1 seed, I don't see it happening. It's going to take almost a miracle. One of the other things coming out today of the NFL, the Denver Broncos have decided to bench Russell Wilson for the remainder of the season. That tells me they have no faith in him, and he's probably out. Where do you think he would end up if he leaves?
There's not too many teams that need a quarterback right now. Most of the teams that do are probably going to be drafting a quarterback with how strong of a quarterback class we have coming up. That report earlier, he was told after the Chiefs game if he didn't restructure his contract, he was not going to play the rest of the season, and yeah, that didn't happen. Now he's staying on the bench. So I don't know if he'll go anywhere because, like I just said, most of the teams that need a quarterback are likely going to be drafting a quarterback. You got Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Drake May. I can't think of the rest of them. JJ McCarthy. Yeah.
Yeah, because Shador's staying. He's not leaving his dad yet. So crazy to think, man. Crazy to think. Soon enough, we'll have another Deion Sanders in the league. Good Lord. Well, I want to do this too. I want to give my first shout out of the night to the man, the legend, Michael Sanchez came through with the jersey. Your boy is rocking his brand new Hassan Reddick jersey. Yes, Hassan Reddick. Mr. Thumbs Up, Thumbs Down. JJ will flame up. Yeah, probably.
He's carried by the system at Michigan.
Mm-hmm. There's some decent linebackers coming out this year too, though. I mean, not just Trotter Jr., but there's a few others. There's some good corners coming. There's a few decent safeties. I know there's like 2 or 3 running backs that I'm curious about, and I think a few decent tight ends.
Brock Bowers is the number one to watch for tight ends coming out of the draft.
But it's a lot of teams that we can see really pick up quickly and things turn around. So let's get right into it. Let's start talking about our Eagles versus the Giants. What a crazy, crazy game. I don't know, man. Like, they're so. Yeah, don't get your hopes up for linebacker. Yeah, I know. There's so many things that I want to say about this with this Giants game because I felt like we tried to let them back in the game. Luckily, they were able to shut it down. Ringo finally showed why we drafted him, which was good to see. I don't think if Ringo stays on the field and Eli Rick stays on the field, I don't see us getting beat because they're another level. And if Slay comes back and he's actually better because his knee's better, then okay, then I think we have a good chance. Avante Maddox coming back, and then Bradley Roby as well. There's a lot of possibilities of a lot of things that can happen. But the biggest thing that I see that kind of bothered me is like the stupid fumbles, like the kickoff fumble. That's just that was just stupid. There was no reason for it.
Not sure what Boston Scott was thinking on that return.
It wasn't him.
I know that the play was
He went
pushed
cut
into
to a
him.
hole, and that was it.
You gotta learn how to hold on to the ball when getting hit like that.
I don't know, man. I don't blame him for that. That's just me. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you post up in the comments, talk to us, give us your opinion and feedback on the game. We do have a giveaway tonight if we can get enough people in on it. It is a signed Nakobe Dean mini helmet. We have it right here in hand, can be shipped out as soon as tomorrow. Starting bid for that is going to be $115. We do appreciate everybody. We hope everybody's doing well. But the starting bid is $115 on the Nakobe Dean helmet. A lot of good things that can happen, though. We'll see what happens. I don't know, man. This team just finds ways to piss us off, and it just, I don't know. What was your take on the Giants game?
The first half was like exactly what I expected to happen, and I thought that like that's how the second half was gonna go. We absolutely dominated him and ended up getting Tommy DeVito benched because he was absolutely trash. And then the second half started. We had all the momentum. Boston Scott fumbled, and you know, even if it wasn't fully his fault, either way, you can't make mistakes like that. And we would just lost all the momentum there. The play calling was not the problem. The play calling was great. Brian Johnson looked amazing. Not amazing, but like he looked actually good. Matt Patricia also looked good. Like the coordinators did their job, and the play calling wasn't the problem. But like just like we lost all the momentum. That pick six wasn't Hurt's fault. It was just like
He
it's a
slipped.
thing that happened.
Slipped, and I've watched it back.
Not much you can do there, but I think overall that if Boston Scott didn't fumble, that game was a blowout and not a close game. And Ringo, amazing, showed up, got the pick, ended the game, and Shaq Leonard gave him the ball afterwards because he left it down to go celebrate. So that's nice of him. Yeah, like Kai was saying, that most of those points basically just flukes because of like us making mistakes. Like that 4th and 7 play should have never been caught, and
I don't even think even that the flag that they called on Hassan. I don't even think that was a flag because he was falling into him. He had tripped, and they still threw the flag on him, which I think was a BS flag. So even to get down the field on an unsportsmanlike was bullshit.
I think the passer was a terrible call.
That's what I'm saying. He was fine. But, small things like that, it shows hope. In the last 2 games that Desai called as a defensive coordinator, he gave up 78 points. In the last 2 games with Patricia, we've only given up 38. That's a 40-point difference. And he's slowly starting to get people back. So think about it. You get Avonte Maddox back, you get Slay back. That's a different program. That is a different ballgame. The Kansas City Chiefs are falling apart. Like, a lot of these teams are falling apart at the wrong time. And yeah, I don't, like Kai had said earlier, the Rams can beat the 49ers. And they're all banged up now. I think Trent Williams is banged up. Purdy's banged up. Like, there's a lot of things that can happen.
Purdy was a finger injury. Trent Williams was high ankle sprain, I think.
Yeah, but Trent Williams with Purdy's, they said a stinger too. And stingers ain't nothing you can sleep on because that can turn into something worse. A lot of things. Slay, Maddox, Ringo should be on the field. No doubt. I don't doubt that at all. No, I get that, Kai, but at the same time, but the way I look at it, I'm looking at it in the Purdy could have gone back in with it, but was out of reach. Gotcha. I'm looking at it as, here's the scenario. Yeah, it was 2 backup quarterbacks that he's played, but he's giving them the confidence that they need to get back into it to feel confident out there, is my feeling. Logan, do you see my point when I'm saying that?
Yeah, I think that, like, just because we're playing backups doesn't mean that you can't see the improvement in the defense. You can, like, clearly see that with Matt Patricia's getting more comfortable and the players starting to come back to the defense is, like, actually starting to look like a top defense that we should be. Like, even our secondary is bad, but, like, all of our players are good. It's like, is that a coaching problem?
Finding a new life.
If Matt Patricia coming in is starting to look like, the actual secondary that should be playing instead of allowing 40 points and against us at home. So,
I mean, again, it's a lot of things that can happen. A lot of things are going to keep getting better for them. But again, 7 points that shouldn't have been on the board, but somebody wasn't paying attention and let somebody blow right past them. Mr. Number 32, Reed Blankenship, again, everybody's going to bail him out and feel sorry for him and give an excuse of why he's this great person. No, it don't happen like that. There is no excuse in that. He ran right past him. Reed Blankenship has to be benched until he can show that he can read a coverage and play right. Then that's where I'm at.
The coverage was blown there, but I don't think he should have been the one covering the receiver. It should have been one of our cornerbacks or one of our linebackers or whatever. I don't think he should have been the one to have to cover there.
But that was him to have to cover it, though. That was his section.
And while he did blow the cover, and that was his fault, but that, like, the blame doesn't entirely need to go onto him there.
It's a 36-yard touchdown, Logan. It's a 36-yard touchdown that he gave up. That is like his 7th that he's given up this year because he's done something wrong. I'm sorry. There's no more excuses for this dude. Like, are we really? We can't keep making excuses for this kid. He's officially been in the year of league. He's officially been playing almost as a starter in the league for over a year. You can't make excuses for him no more. Poor tackling that you learn when you're in Pee Wee League or, Little League and still can't wrap up. He's finally started to wrap up these last 2 weeks. But come on, man. Like, I'm done with him. Like, yeah, he can be a good role playing safety and be a backup, but that's all he is a glorified backup. I got no faith in him when he's on the field. Yeah, he's so aggressive, but then look at him. He freaking messed up an entire blitz package where they almost had the quarterback. He ran right into Sweat and threw Sweat off. Like, Nah, man. Like, I'm not giving this dude nothing. I wouldn't even. He should be like Quez Watkins and be 1% of the snaps. One play. That's it. I'm done with this dude. I mean, what's your take, Logan? I mean, I'm harsh on the kid because I'm tired of seeing dumb stuff, but
Blankenship has potential, but like as you have been pointing out, he does not lap up, and he does blow a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, he has the potential, and we don't have like that many options. We have Sidney Brown, obviously. He should get more playing time, but you can't just give up on
there
Blankenship
you
yet.
go, buddy. Come on, come to the dark side. Come
I've
to the
I've
dark
liked,
side.
I've liked Sidney Brown since he was drafted. I always thought that he was going to be a good prospect, but I still think that Blankenship should be starting, just maybe not every snap. Like
Come on,
Blankenship,
man. Come to the
Blankenship
dark
and
side.
Sidney Brown both like always know where the ball are. It's just their problem is tackling. Well, Sidney Brown is good at tackling, but like he makes a lot of mistakes, and he's a rookie. Like he will
That's just
dive
because
to
he's
make the
playing
tackle,
aggressive.
and he'll just completely miss. Like
I don't know, Kai. I can't agree with that, man. Like, nope.
if you watch Sidney Brown's college tape, he had a tackling problem like Blankenship does, but he is a rookie obviously, and he is going to improve. But yeah, he does have the same problem as Blankenship, as Kai just said. Though.
There's Mark Lane. Mark Lane coming out swinging.
Yeah, 300.
He was
Jalen
301. I
Hurts.
thought, wasn't he
Jalen Hurts
301?
finally had a good game, but that pick just was a massive, like
I
bad.
thought he threw for 301.
Um, I think you're right. I think it's 301.
Oh well, it might be. It might have been 310 without the sack, but either way, yes, he played. Yes, Sidney Brown plays at 100 miles an hour, but he doesn't shift gears because he's focused on one thing and being straight ahead, just pounding it and going. One of them things, man. He's got to be careful. I don't care if it's 9 yards. I was just saying. I was just trying to figure out what it was because I've been reading 301 all week. Don't yell at me. Sidney Brown's got a lot of potential. Reed has a lot of potential if he figures it out and stops doing costly shit like that, and we'll be okay. Like, I don't have an issue with that. Eagles finally run the ball.
Yep. They actually used DeAndre Swift and Gainwell
How many
finally.
times did he run the ball? 20? 18?
Swift had 90 yards, right? Finally actually used him.
Yeah, he had 90 yards, but how many times did he touch the ball? 20?
Hold on. I'll pull it up. If it will load. It was like 20 touches around.
Regardless, though, I mean, it's nice to see them actually understand it. Like, it's bad when the fans have to chant "run the ball," and
20
now,
carries,
and now,
92
and
yards.
now, what was it?
20 carries, 92 yards, 1 touchdown.
It's like it's bad when the crowd's chanting "run the ball" for them to run the ball, and then now Jalen's getting mad because they were chanting "run the ball." Like, dude, come on, man. Like, now I'm getting tired of the excuses with Jalen. Like, now he's complaining over something stupid like that. That's petty.
Gainwell had 41 yards for 6 carries. Hurts had 34 yards for 8 carries. Boston Scott had 3 yards for 1 carry.
Yeah, Boston got ripped off. I don't care what anybody says. That was bullshit. That's the giant killer. Like, that kid's good against the Giants. Let him play. Like, fuck Gainwell. Yes, Kai. Context matters. Context matters. But all I have to tell you is,
2 weeks.
a lot of things that can happen in a short amount of time. Swift became the giant. No. You can't even call Swift the giant killer yet. Nope, he doesn't have 11 touchdowns versus the Giants in the Eagles uniform. Nope, sorry, not happening. It ain't happening.
He has one.
What do you, in the next topic I got is struggles. What do you feel like the team's struggling with the most right now that's costing them a lot?
It's really hard to pinpoint the one thing because like it seems to just change on the game where
Oh,
we
I mean,
struggle.
you don't have to pinpoint one thing. If you had a list of like 2 things.
You got Brad Bailey just constantly getting burned and getting receivers wide open. Like he allows the most yards out of like any of our cornerbacks slash linebackers slash safeties, and it may be time to bench Brad Bailey and put in either Eli Wicks or Keely Ringo whenever Sway is back, obviously, but like Brad Bailey has been one of our biggest problems. Our O line has also struggled pretty badly recently, and you know, like sometimes they will block for Jalen Hurts and give him a year to make a play, and then other times they'll get to him in like half a second off of just normal pass coverage and rush. And like O line will sometimes show up and other times won't. It's insane that an O line as good as ours we have Malata, Kelsey, Johnson, like all these people shouldn't be making mistakes like false starts, not blocking, like yeah, that's like just been a problem, and they haven't been consistent all year. They haven't looked like the top O line to have, and like Kelsey gets a pass because he's old and getting near the end of his career, but like they still shouldn't, you know.
But Kai,
Should be
here,
getting,
hold on. Now, Kai, Jesus Christ. Look, I love you, Kai. I love you. But that is what he's good at. Jalen is not a pocket quarterback. Like, how many times do we have to tell? How many times do fans have to tell you that he is not a pocket quarterback? Once he is out of the pocket and can use his legs to make time, he is a better quarterback. He has proven it time and time again. The 20-yard shot to A.J. Brown, that is what he is. He is not a pocket quarterback. He can play. He can be a pocket quarterback, but he is better on the run. He is better on the run. If the pocket's clean, yes, stay in the pocket. But if that pocket ain't clean and it's collapsing on him, get out of it and use your legs. Am I wrong, Logan?
I think that he's a good runner and he should run if he has the opportunity to. But I do think he needs to step up into the pocket more because, like, while that may be one of his areas of struggling, he needs to get over that. And it's important if he wants to improve as a quarterback to not struggle with just simply being in the pocket.
Like, in my opinion, my top 2 things of our struggling issues are this. Number 1, read Blankenship and penalties. You can eliminate the one by benching him, and the other one's just discipline. And that's my opinion, and I know ain't nobody gonna like it. But struggles, read Blankenship, penalties. The next topic, and I want your opinion, and this is gonna probably piss a lot of people off.
You're good at doing that.
Yeah, Shaq Leonard needs a contract extension right now.
Do we even have the money to give him an extension right now? We only have like $1 million left in cap space.
They have enough that they can show it into next year.
I do agree that Shaq needs to be extended, but if your point of Morrow needs to go, I don't think he does because like we have all these just because one is playing good doesn't mean the other needs to go. They're both good linebackers, and
I wouldn't see Nick Morrow see another snap this year.
I don't think that is true. I think he should get to play more. But Shaq played great on Monday, but that doesn't mean that Morrow needs to go immediately. Like he didn't even play on Monday. You don't know if he would have had an explosive game if he was there with how Shaq was also playing.
As far as the Bradbury comment, Mark, Nobody's going to want him, so you just might as well just bench him and just let the money sit on the bench because nobody's going to touch him. And he's not going to rework his deal. He just needs to sit on the bench. That ain't nobody going to take that deal. Nobody wants that contract, especially for his play. The most you might get out of him, and it's because how he could probably sneak it, is you probably might get a 4th round pick out of the most of him, but the rest of he's a 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th round pick maybe. I'm just saying, Kai. Look, you can't sit there and say that the Shaq Leonard ain't showed out. The last 2 weeks, he stepped up and gotten better. I have no faith in Nicholas Morrow because he just blows shit all the time. Cunningham's hurt. Like, Nakobe Dean's out for the season, I think, isn't he?
I think he was supposed to come back soon.
He's been on IR twice. I think he's out for the year.
Well,
I swear they deactivated him for the year. Now I gotta look that up.
it looks like people are saying he's been ruled out for the year. Yeah. He's been a mess definitely on our defense. Unfortunately. I don't think Shaq and Bradbury are the same situation. Shaq looked elite and
Yeah, they're saying the Eagles
he
are
looked
not
elite in the Colts system, and they like a completely different team. And you maybe don't give the money that like anywhere near the money you gave Bradbury, but I still think you should extend him. You don't have to pay him like a big amount of money, but having him for the long term is probably what the Eagles would want to do as of right now. But
So
that could still change because there's still 2 weeks left and the playoffs. Anything can happen.
they're looking at it like the Eagles have not ruled out his return, but it's almost a season-ending injury. That sucks. Grant Calcaterra, Mark, I have no faith in. That kid is injury prone. It's always something with him. Yes, he had one flash in the pan with his one reception. I'd rather cut him or put him on the practice squad and sign Zach Ertz. And I'm with you, Shaq. I get it, Kai. I'm with you. I'm just saying the kid, Shaq is showing that he can still be Shaq Leonard. That's all I'm saying. Calcaterra, never mind. Keely Ringo, though, man. Keely freaking Ringo.
Love to see Ertz back. Yeah, I think Ertz being back would solve not much, if
He's
at
11
all. But
receptions away from the record, bro.
you know, what's next on our topic board?
Keely freaking Ringo.
Keely Ringo. Yeah, Keely Ringo. I think.
Go ahead, dogs, man.
I think Keely Ringo has potential to be like one of the best cornerbacks, but like it's too early to tell, obviously, because he's a rookie and has only started 2 games. But he has potential, and he's proved massively from college, and he's only 15.
I mean, when you go 1-on-1 with AJ Brown in coverage, I mean, you gonna get better. We're kind of flying through this show without having our other buddy here. No, we haven't heard from Shawn. He was at the game. Sure, he's just in kind of recovery mode. So hopefully he'll be back with us next week. So this show's probably gonna be not as long as we were hoping, but we'll do what we can. If we don't get nobody for the signed Nakobe Dean helmet this week, we'll bring it up again next week and see what we get. Well, with Keely Ringo, I think he has a lot of potential. He's going to get better, and he's going to progressively get better. And then Eli Ricks as well is going to get better. We've got a lot of potential on that side of the ball. With Slay coming back and Devontae Maddox coming back, we're going to be stacked at quarter. And that's what we need. Because those 4, I feel like they can cause enough carnage to shut down any space for receivers to get open, which is going to give our D line more time to react. So I think a lot of things can happen in that short time. Again, there's a lot of football left with 2 games and a lot of things that can change. What's your feeling?
On our corner, Kiwi Ringo and Eli Wiggs, so you're asking. I think Eli Wiggs, the fact he was undrafted is kind of insane because like he was a part of he was part of LSU, which has been like an elite school for years, and the fact that he just fell to us in undrafted free agency is like probably best case scenario because you don't have to pay him much since he was undrafted, and he's looking like potentially could be a part of our future. And I think that him and Keely Wingo could potentially in a few years be in a top cornerback duo because Keely Wingo, like he was mediocre in college, but he's already progressed massively in the NFL, and he's only played 2 games fully. So I think that the future is bright for our cornerbacks if we can get this Bradbury situation figured out. But I think Keely Wingo and Eli Wicks are our future once Sway and Bradbury are gone.
Amen to that one. I am not knocking that one. I think with Julio, because I see the comments, the thing with Julio is Julio's being used on the wrong kind of routes. These post routes that we're doing, these little short, quick slant post routes, things like that, that's where you need to use Julio because that's what he thrived in Atlanta when he was there with Matt Ryan. Even if you use him in the slot and do that, he'll dominate all day long because of his size. And he'll take enough pressure to the middle that'll open up the outsides because the safeties aren't going to drop back. They're going to step up on him because of how big he is. So with the Julio Jones take, it needs to be more in slant routes to be quick for him. And I think you would see a lot more out of him. Granted, we're starting to see more. I think he had 20 to 30 snaps that he played. 15, 20 snaps he played against the Giants. So I think they're going to start to use him. A lot of things can work, and we'll see what happens. It's a lot of good things that can happen in a short amount of time. Now, the next topic that I got on here, this is like all the topics inside of it, but this Cardinals game, I feel like a lot of us Eagles fans have had this circled since the schedule came out in May. This is the one that everybody circled. This is more, I feel like it's a revenge game against Gannon for the stunt that he pulled, knowing that he had got a coaching job. And he did, he basically cost us the Super Bowl. So the players that were on last year's team, I feel like they already know they're on a revenge type of game. And Sweat said it in an interview today. We have to kick his ass. What's your opinion, Logan?
I've been waiting for. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that it would be played in Arizona so that we could also get revenge in the stadium from the Super Bowl, but unfortunately, it's not. But
we don't need another cross-country game.
Yeah, it should be a good game. The Cardinals have played like it's their Super Bowl against every / contender team this year. Came close to beating the Niners, beat the Cowboys. Like they've just been playing good against good teams. Their record doesn't show it, but I think that hopefully it's a blowout and not a close game like the Cardinals have been doing recently. I am glad that isn't Philly because that should mean that we do better and Gannon gets to come back to here and lose to us. But like I said, it would have been cool to go into Arizona and win with get revenge for losing there in the Super Bowl. But at the end of the day, we're playing in Philly, so he's gonna get this.
Get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen. Get your popcorn ready. I feel so bad for Kyler Murray on Sunday, dude. I feel so bad for Kyler Murray. The only person I really worry about on that team, though, is James Conner running the ball. That is my biggest concern right now is James Conner running the ball.
Buda Baker's a concern as well.
Oh, on the defensive side, yeah. Buda Baker's a concern. One of our linebackers went there, too. I forget who it was.
I don't remember.
It's not Kaiser White. It's not Alex Riley. TJ Edwards went. So that it's kind of concerning there. I mean, there's a lot of things that can happen. They just got to be careful, man. Hollywood Brown's a problem, but it depends on who's covering him. If they put Trashberry on Hollywood Brown, we're in trouble. Kai, we are not highlighting that message. We're not highlighting that he's your boy. No, we're not doing that. And I don't know if he's out, but we're not highlighting that. I mean, would you agree those are key matchups to worry about, Logan?
Yeah. The Cardinals defense isn't too good, but the people that are good are very scary, and I think that our offense is gonna need to actually show up. If they don't work like the best team ever against the Cardinals, that might be a bit concerning because of how bad the Cardinals are, and that we're playing our former defensive coordinator who betrayed us, sold us out for the Super Bowl, and I think it'll be a bit concerning, but I don't think that we lose this, and I think that we show Gannon why he should have never left. Although at the end of the day, I'm glad he did leave because I don't like Gannon.
As far as that last comment from Differently, I don't think Jalen's even in the contentions of an MVP anymore. Due to all the turnovers and just the record of the team right now, unfortunately, he's not MVP caliber right now. He didn't maintain what he needed to stay in there. I still think he's a top 10 quarterback and easily maybe even a top 5. But with the way he's played with all the turnovers and stuff, you can't. I think he's out as far as the MVP. That's just my opinion. A lot of things to pay attention to. Yeah, and I'm with where Kai's at. It's Lamar or CMC.
I think Lamar's gonna win it since he beat the Niners.
Yeah, but like Tyreek Hill needs to be in consideration too.
Yeah, but he's been getting hurt in the past few weeks, which has probably killed any chances that he had, which were already extremely low. Like, even if he reached 2K yards, he likely wasn't going to win MVP because it's basically just a quarterback award.
He's a freak of nature, though. That dude, God, man. But we're kind of in our last topic here with everything going on. It's kind of a short week for us with not having Shawn here. AJ Brown may be an MVP next year, but he's lucky if he's still in Philly next year with how everything's going with this locker room, because these coaches are losing the locker room. I mean, just with all the shit going on, they're losing the locker room. So if Sirianni don't get it straight, he'll be going too. What's your score prediction, Logan, for the game?
I got the Eagles winning. I'm gonna go 41-14.
41-14?
42-41. I don't know. One of those two. Can't figure out.
I'm gonna go 28-10. Because something about me something's off with this team, and I don't think they're gonna get it right this week. But I'm gonna say 28-10. If you guys have a prediction for the game this week and you want to enter the contest, it's not too late to enter it. That will get a free hat on us from the pro shop that's not over $40. Post your stuff in the comments below. What's up, Jay? Just post your comments in there with your score prediction. We'll get you written down. We'll get in touch with Shawn as soon as we can to get it updated. Terrence 33-20. Gotcha. We'll get all this stuff written down, but listen, we appreciate every single one of y'all. Thanks for stopping by. Again, short week for us because we don't have Shawn with us, but we appreciate everybody. Make sure you guys go check out the Eagles Collective over there with Jay and Warren. They'll give you some good content as well. Keep checking out our pages for other things coming up. We appreciate every single one of y'all. You guys know how we end the show every week, and this is what we're going to do. We see y'all later.